You're listening to the Epically Geeky Show, a place for all things geeky.
Welcome back to the Epically Geeky Show, episode number 56. I'm your host for the evening, Eugene Stevens. Tonight's opening question is, if you were able to, were entrusted with one of the Triforces, which would you be entrusted with? Wisdom, courage, or power? Cyrus Martin.
Oh, well, I am not wise, but I'm wise enough to know that I'm not. Courage, maybe, because I don't know, because I don't know that I'm necessarily brave, but I am stupid, and that sort of works for that. So I'll go with courage.
All right, fair enough. Picky old gamer, courage, wisdom, or power?
Everybody keeps telling me what smart or wise, and I don't know. I just keep telling people I'm actually just a smart ass. I'm not smart enough for everything else. But I think wisdom, I do think I can hold on to knowledge. Courage, shit, fuck that crap. Let somebody else go out there and beat the dragon up. I'm gonna stay back here and figure out how they could have done it better. And power, you don't want to give me power. I turn into Ganon.
Power.
Exactly.
Ultimate power corrupts ultimately.
And then the power. Go
Oh
ahead.
my God, we're having flashbacks to college now. Lewis, courage, wisdom, or power?
It's a video game. Go with power. It's more fun.
Okay. I was thinking about this real world though. Like this is truly given to you in the real world.
Oh, then you go wisdom.
You know who plays with? Hey, you know who plays with power?
When we start doing this show live and we have a pre-show, that'll work. Rudy's joining us again. Wisdom, power, or courage?
I agree with Lou. Game, power. In the real world, I'll take wisdom, but game, power. I'm all about power. You don't know the power. Yes.
God. Jay, wisdom, courage, or power?
I'm taking power. Both game and real life.
Any particular reason?
I just want to decimate all and make them bow before my awesomeness. So
To crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women.
yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna go
Bow to my beard, the beard of power. Yeah.
That is where all my power is derived from. The beard.
There you go. I've got to go wisdom just because, and I wasn't even thinking game wise. I was just thinking real life. I'm like, if this bestows any kind of, any one of these traits on you, I'm going wisdom because I'm like, all right, if I'm a little smarter, then I may be able to figure out some shit and make some more money, but whatever. So power, man, courage. I'm kind of like, picky old gamer. And I'm just like, let's let someone else go do the dirty work. So
Work smarter than
I'm starting to feel like I'm going to get a lot of extra work that I don't want now. Hey, tough guy. Hey, tough guy.
yeah.
Go test this for me. Oh, shit.
Okay. I'm not smart, but I'm courage. All right. Well, the reason why I asked this question is we've already had several conversations about it's an interesting week to do this topic for several reasons. Number one, the NES Classic is still impossible to find. But on top of that, Nintendo has released their newest system, the Switch. About half the panel here, half of the panel has one. And the rest of us are kind of leaning that way very heavily. Just leave it at that. But so we've been thinking. There's been rumors, and Cyrus and Picky Old Gamer have both reported that there's rumors that Nintendo is looking at doing because the NES Classic did so well, a Super NES Classic. Nothing. I mean, unless something's changed. I mean, is there any definite information on that yet, or is it still out in the just kind of the rumor world?
No, and I do believe this is another reason why Nintendo is so reluctant to talk about their virtual console stuff for the Switch. I think there's going to be an announcement about this very soon, I think.
Okay. Well, that being said, I thought it would be a fun practice to figure out. Now, the NES Classic came with 30 games. Of course, there have been several hacks that have come out, and it will allow you. And some originally it allowed you to put like 70 or 80 games on it, and then an additional hack came out that supposedly would let you put every single NES game ever made on the thing. But that being said, with the original 30 in mind, I tasked the group to come up with a list of the 30 games, the 30 Super Nintendo games that they would like to see on a Super Nintendo Classic. We actually have we've got 7 members on here, and actually we've got an 8th one because Ray was not able to join us, but he sent me his list, so he will be in here as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to go around, and each person's going to suggest a game that they think should be on it. Maybe give us a little information as to why, if we need that. And then we're going to do just a quick vote, yay or nay, whether or not it goes on the system. I would suggest that we start off with the games that we know absolutely 110% are going on the system. There are some games that I would say, if it's not unanimous, it's going to be pretty much unanimous. So let's just go ahead and knock those out so we know roughly how many we're still dealing with, as time goes by. So with that said, before we get started, I figured the way we would do this is we could go around, we could start, nominating games, start voting on them. If it is on Ray's list of 30, then we're going to count that as a vote. If it's not on his list, unfortunately he's not here, he can't cast a vote either way. So that being said, there is one other question, and this came up before the show. Cyrus actually asked it, and I was going to bring it up during the show. So I'm actually going to lead off this conversation and put out the first game, and we have a decision we have to already make. The first game that I would like to propose that should definitely be on the Super Nintendo Classic is Super Mario All-Star. Now, the reason why this is a little bit of a debate is because, like Cyrus pointed out, they actually released 2 versions of this game. The first version that came out included updated versions of Super Mario Brothers, Mario 2, Super Mario 3, and the Japanese version of Super Mario Brothers 2. They re-released the game later on to include Super Mario World. Now, the question is, I'm like 99% sure both of these games are going to end up on this system. The question is do we force it to be split, and instead of taking up 1 slot of the 30, we make it take up 2. Before we do a vote, I'll let anyone else chime in here if they want to. But before we do a vote, I will just point out that if the vote comes down and it ends up taking 2 slots instead of 1, and we get to the very end of this little game we're playing, and one of the games that you really wanted to be on the system doesn't make it on because it's taking up 2 slots and there was an extra slot and it's been eaten up. Just saying. So, with that said, if you vote for this to take 1 slot, please chime in. My vote is, of course, yes. Cyrus?
Can I say something? Can I say something?
Cyrus.
Okay. I'm going to vote that it takes up 1 slot. However, I would just like to note that this is completely unrealistic to expect from Nintendo.
I would agree. When they release this system, Super Mario World is going to be out front. It's not going to be buried within another game.
Correct.
I agree with that.
Is All Stars on the NES Mini right now? I know I asked that earlier, but I wasn't sure.
Do what now?
On the NES Mini as it is right now, does it have All Stars?
No, All Stars was only released on the Super Nintendo because all the graphics were updated.
Okay, that's right.
So, let's see here. So, Cy votes yes. I vote yes. Pickle Gamer?
Yeah, I'd say yes. I mean, why? I actually forgot that it actually re-released. I have both those in my list, but I'm like, well, shit, knock it down to 1. That's another game. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, they could put that on the front box, Super Mario World. They put a little asterisk included in the Super Mario All-Stars pack. They could do that.
I mean, they released it that way. It was the second release. I just don't see Nintendo doing that on this.
Regardless, All Stars has to be on there because that is the only way to get those Japanese Mario 2.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Lou, you obviously a yes.
Yes.
Rudy?
Yes.
Jay?
Yes.
And according to his list, where do you have it? There it is. Super Mario All-Stars. Fuck you, Cy. Now I have to find another one. So that is unanimous. So with that being said, Super Mario All-Stars is a yes across the board, and it will only occupy one spot. So I don't know if I went back and updated my list, which means I may be down to 29 at this point. Anyway, so that being said, Cyrus, what is the first game that you would like to nominate to be on the SNES Classic?
Castlevania 4.
Super Castlevania 4.
Should we do like a no-brainer?
That's kind of
there's a handful of 5 games that are just have to be on there.
There's about 10 games that I think are that we would be stupid if they weren't on here. We should actually commit suicide.
Okay.
So somebody get your Switch if you commit suicide then?
No, it will be buried
when you are dead.
My Switch will go with me into the incinerator.
Damn, I was gonna say we'll just dig you up and take it, but never mind.
You sick bastard.
I'm having flashbacks to that episode of The Simpsons whenever Smithers was like, he's trying to figure out what, Burns' plan is after he dies, what's going to happen to his fortune. And he's like, no, when I die, you'll be buried alive with me. And he has a little mock-up casket with Smithers at the bottom going, God, it was funny. Help me. Yeah. I'm definitely yes on this. I mean, it's Super Castlevania 4.
Yes,
it may be one of the greatest Super Mario it may be one of the greatest Castlevania games ever made.
Super Mario Castlevania.
I've always thought Castlevania 4 was a great Castlevania game, but I never thought about how good of a Mario game it was. Like kind of a departure. It doesn't really follow this.
Yeah. It's a lot like Castlevania 2.
Not really. Kind of
Super Mario Brothers 2. It doesn't quite fit with the line.
There's no Luigi.
Yeah. All right, pick old gamer.
One of my picks here.
No. Yay or nay on it.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, this is no brainer.
I'll say that.
No-brainer.
Yes.
Rudy.
It's an absolute yes. It may be faster if you just say, are there any objections?
You know what? Yeah, I think, okay, we'll do that.
There you go. Let's do that.
Okay, so that being said, Picky Old Gamer, what is the first game that you would like to propose?
I've said this and people have known I love this game. It's Chrono Trigger. And if you look on websites, it's actually tops the Law of Appeals list. It's a great RPG. Not saying it's better than Final Fantasy, but Akira Toriyama worked on it. It's great hack and slash. It's just a classic. It's kind of like it was one of the first RPGs to ever have more like 10 or 12. It had 13 endings for God's sakes on a 16-bit cartridge. It was great. I think Chrono Trigger would have to be there.
Any nays? I'm undecided on this one. I never really played it.
Peasant. You've got to play. If you still have a 3DS, they re-released it on the DS.
He doesn't have it. He doesn't have a 3DS. Eugene doesn't have anything. He has a Mac.
I actually have my DS.
You can play. You can find that.
I don't have my 3DS, but I have my DS.
They released it on DS. You could play that on the go. Go get. Trust me. Find that. Get that and play.
I need to find it on an emulator.
Yeah, you can wait. You haven't never played it like at all?
No, I never played it.
Your vote does not count.
Well, take 1 point off of Eugene's cred.
Oh, from the pre-show, obviously I have none, so I guess I'm in the hole.
You drink fake beer. You have no Switch.
Yeah.
My first suggestion, I called turmoil. Okay, it's okay.
Okay, so
the show you should name this show "The Old and the Switchless."
Thank you. I was drinking something.
All right.
Are we? Is anybody saying no here, or are we just going to go ahead and pass it through like a kidney stone?
I had it down as an alternate, so just in case the whole All Stars.
It's on my list.
It's on his list. Anyone else?
Approved.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, then it's good. All right, so let's see here. All right, so let's see. Next up, Lewis.
This is a no-brainer. Super Metroid.
Oh God, yes. Any nays on that one?
Do I need to explain why?
Super Metroid. What's that?
Save or kill the animals. Save or kill the animals.
What is that, like Tetris or something?
Yeah, that still one of the greatest, not just Super Nintendo, but just one of the greatest games ever.
Yeah,
Love that
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So any nays on that one? Going once, going twice.
If anybody doesn't approve Super Metroid, seriously.
I mean, can we just do F-Zero, Super Punch Out?
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Get like 5 in right now.
All right, Lou, what's the first one you're proposing?
I just said Super Metroid.
Yeah, he just said Super.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rudy, what's lost count?
My first one is ActRaiser.
Perfect.
Yep, on my list. Yep.
Yeah, on my list.
That is like the perfect, unique blend of, yeah.
The thing that made that game so awesome was the fact that there were several reasons. The music, I liked the story, but the fact that you went between the RP, the world building, and then you had the side scrolling and fighting stuff. I was so let down by that second game because they cut out one of my favorite parts. Like they literally took half of that game and just threw it out the window.
Yeah. My brother and I bought ActRaiser, and he played all the sim type stuff, and then I played the action levels, and we beat that game in one day.
Oh my god! Seriously,
we went through the whole thing and beat it, and
it's such an awesome game.
It was amazing. Yeah.
I still listen to the soundtrack of ActRaiser in the truck with my children on the way to school almost daily.
Did you see? I always went back. I always made sure that I maxed out the population in every area before I moved on to another one. Because, and the only way to max it out, if you didn't know this, the only way to truly max out the population is you have to get rid of the original settlements that they build because they don't hold as many people. So I was kind of a sadistic god, and I threw some earthquakes there, knocked down some, teepees and shit, and had them, built up nice fortresses so that I got more population. But it also caused your level to go up. So like by the time I got to the final boss, it was like, fuck you, man. You are nothing to me.
Such an awesome game.
Yes, such a great game. All right, Jay, what's the first game you're proposing?
My game is on fire. NBA Jam.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tournament edition, or
I would say tournament edition. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, if you're going to go with something like a classic or something like that, supposed to have the ultimate games. Yeah, you always go all out, go for the tournament.
Now, real quick, would you say tournament edition, or did they release Hang Time?
No, I don't think Hang Time was on the Super
They
Nintendo.
had
Okay,
regular
maybe
and tournament
Hang Time
edition on Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo.
Okay.
The only thing is when a certain friend finds out that you can do a hack in the game that totally ruins the game.
We had a friend that would literally, he figured out if you stood there in front of the goalpost, it didn't matter. You could be on fire. You could be fucking flipping from half court. As soon as you got there, he knew exactly when to do the push, and it would knock your ass out of the air like a fucking ballistic missile.
When did basketball get goalposts?
Do what?
When did basketball get goalposts?
Whatever.
You mean the hoop?
Oh man,
I was aggravating you, man.
I know. All right, Jay. That was Jay's
Touchdown.
NBA Jam. Yay, sports ball. All right. Since we're going through the ones that we know are definitely going to be on there, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
Yep.
What is that?
Sorry, Pickle Gamer, we lost you.
The Triforce, no.
Yeah.
You're off, Game Rambling.
So this is going to be old fart rambling from Texas.
Everybody unsubscribe from his channel. I'm sorry, YouTube already did that for you. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah. No, yeah. Fucking great ass.
By the
game.
way, Lou, we're getting a little beard noise there. Just letting you know.
Sorry.
Little beard noise.
Too much power for the beard. Too much.
Well, that smoke coming out of your face is freaking me out, dude.
Like, the power of God and
I know. Jay's beard now. He's down to the wizard level. Where's the T-shirt with the levels of beard?
Yeah. He has to absorb more souls. So he gets more souls from his enemies, then the beard gets stronger.
I honestly think it's below the wizard level now.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Gonna turn to
What's below Wizard? Is it like Hobo or
No,
Drifter?
ZZ or was ZZ Top?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking
that's
Gold
like
Miner.
ultimate level.
Yeah.
So, all right, Cyrus, what's the next one you're proposing?
What was the? Oh, we did the F-Zero.
Yep.
God, yes.
Yep.
Oh my God. Okay, so what is that game that's coming out on the Switch? The racing game that looks pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Fast RMX.
yeah. How many of us have that already? Like I have it.
I'm going to buy it. I'm going
You're
to
getting
it.
it. What about you, Rudy? You getting a Fast RMX? Rudy's
Probably. I haven't decided yet.
It's only $20.
When's it come out?
It's out. You have to download it,
It's digital.
Oh damn.
but it's only 900 meg. So.
The reason why I bring it up is because when I saw, I think Cy post, it was because I replied to your post. When I saw it, I was like, wow. Of course, my first comment was, so where the is F-Zero?
Well,
I think they abandoned it for Mario Kart.
they
be honest.
basically have been promoting this as the spiritual successor. So I don't know what the deal is.
Like I could see them licensing the themes and characters as DLC or something.
Yeah, I really don't know what the deal is with F-Zero, man. Like
God, I
a
love
real F-Zero would be great, but you know.
Yeah. So, all right. Pick your gamer. What's next?
Turtles in Time.
Hell's yeah.
Hell yeah.
I just want to point out that, when the Switch does get its virtual console and Super Nintendo and NES games, they said on the site it has online capabilities. We'll be able to play these games with friends across the internet.
That's probably why it's delayed. That they're getting the multiplayer stuff ironed
Can you
out.
imagine? I don't want to say Mario Kart, the old Mario Karts, online Super Nintendo versions. Hey,
Yeah.
you could ruin friendships across the internet.
Well, that new version of Mario Kart 8, we're getting a legit battle mode, so shit's about to get real.
See, and that's when I saw you talking about playing the original games like that over the internet, I'm just like, damn.
Contra.
Yeah.
So, next up was Lou.
Let's see here. Now, I'm going to say Street Fighter, only because it was the first home version of Street Fighter. Now, yes, granted, Turbo Edition later on, much better game overall, but I went for the first
World Warriors. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I say nay.
Wow.
Is this all or nothing? Like, or
No, because someone else can propose the other one. Because believe me, I will be proposing Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I don't mind. I only picked it because it was first.
Okay.
For that reason.
would you be?
I know Turbo.
Lou,
I know Turbo's a better game.
Lou, would you be willing to change to Turbo then?
Put Turbo.
All right.
I had it on there, but I took it off, like I said, because I went for the first version.
But you would be
Turbo.
okay with?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Then
I have Turbo on mine, so
Yeah.
yeah, I went
Agreed.
with Turbo.
All right.
Turbo's the game I threw over my house 3 times.
Are you serious?
Yes, I had a friend of mine who would use Honda, and most of the time I could do well, but once in a while that motherfucker would be invincible. There was no way. I don't know what he would do, but I could never fucking beat him. And I got so mad at this one game. I don't know. I'll tell you what. This is when I found out that the Super Nintendo is like a tank, because I threw my Super Nintendo on the ground. I grabbed that game and chunked it over my house. I threw it in the street, and the game still worked fine. System worked fine, no problems.
Sounds like someone we know, right, Lou and Rudy?
Yep.
Which game was that?
Madden 93.
We had a friend that threw it over his house multiple times too.
Dude, at my
Super
house.
Nintendo, man. The good old days, right?
Yeah. All right, Rudy. What's the next game you're proposing?
And I always forget if I'm saying it right, because there was a couple different names to it. Was it Super Ghouls and Ghosts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I always forget if it was Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts. But it was Ghouls and Ghosts and Super
Ghost and Goblins was the first game, and then
Yeah.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts was the second game.
But badass game, yeah.
And I'm going to make a Cyrus statement here, so be prepared. Hands down, the definitive version of that game. Don't get me wrong. I love the one on the Genesis, but Super Ghouls and Ghosts took everything and just maxed it out. That game was so good.
Except
Man,
for
The sound was way better.
Oh yeah.
But you had to slow down just right. I mean, sometimes you'd be like, "God!" I made it.
Oh shit. You're getting that slow mo jump, and you're like, I gotta jump backwards.
I was leaning actually in my chair, going, no. I got it. All right. Then I get killed 5 seconds later. God damn it!
Yep.
By a vulture.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I thought the game looked fantastic, but I sucked at that fucking game. So
The game is one of the hardest games ever.
Yeah, because you get all the way to the very end, and they go, oh, by the way, you have to have the special bracelet to defeat the last guy. So you have to go back and play the entire fucking game again.
Just like the Nintendo version.
Oh, so maddening. But still so good.
I didn't play it twice. I just used a cheat code, beat the last boss, and said, fuck this crap. I did it once. I was good enough.
Well, the thing was the weapon that they gave you, like, sucked compared to some of the other weapons because it was like a fireball, and the closer you were when you hit someone with it, the more power it had. So, but like as you threw it and it went further away, it dissipated and it wasn't as powerful. Whereas the other weapons, like, the javelin, you could fucking throw that thing as far as you wanted and it had a consistent power level all the way across.
Yep.
That, and when you get that gold armor and you power up and do like the special or whatever, and like the lightning strikes you and then like blast out and kill. Oh God, I love that game. Oh yeah, such a good game. Jay, next one up.
Oh shit! I lost my list. What the fuck?
That's an interesting game. Lost the list.
It's not on mine.
Did we put on Mario Kart yet? Super Mario Kart?
No one has said Mario Kart yet.
That's my pick then.
Oh man, such a good game. Started so many other, games that were just basically rip-offs of it, but my God, such a good game. So, you know what? We have forgotten to let Ray's list in here, so I'm actually gonna just gonna throw out two of the games that he had on his.
Hockey.
Wow.
Actually, I want to scroll through his list real quick and see if it's on there. I don't see it. Oh, he did have Chrono Trigger, so yeah. Nope, there it is. NHL 94.
No Canadian games allowed.
Super Moose Hunter.
NHL
God,
94.
that is so funny, the fact that he had that shit on there.
All this.
I'm surprised it didn't have NHL 91, 92, 93, 94.
His comment was NHL 94 so important that they included it in NHL 14. Okay, so
no, sports games.
they added it.
Sports games are Genesis. You don't do sports games on Super Nintendo.
Yes.
yeah, I have to agree.
Everybody knows that.
But okay, so the actual ones I was going to pick on here that he had was Star Fox.
Yeah.
Yep. That's on mine.
It does not look good at all going back to play it, but God, I love that game. And then another one he had on there was we already said that one, Contra 3.
Yeah, that's on here too.
I have my list too.
Yep, I can't see anyone saying nay on that one. So, man, I love that game too.
God, yeah. God, yes. I mean, it's the best version of Contra. I mean,
I would agree. I would agree with that.
It's really good.
All right, so let's see here. I'm up next. I'm going to say we already said Mario World counts, so I'm going to take that one off. So I'm going to go with. I'm trying to find some more that are going to be definite slam dunks. No one's going to say anything about it. Super Mario RPG. Oh wow, really?
I never played it.
Oh
Now
wow.
it got. Now there's some games on the list that I don't like, but I know they're important.
Yeah, that's true. That
being one of them.
My list.
RPG. It's like everybody loves RPG. I played it once. I think I rented it once.
See, I loved it. I played it all the way through.
I will vote for it because it is important. And
It's important. I'd put it on there, yeah.
Okay, well that's 4 right there, so it's going to carry. So let me see if it was on. Rudy, Jay, any comment on that one?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Next up, Cyrus.
how about Donkey Kong Country?
Hell yeah.
See, that's another one. I didn't care for the game, but it's important because of
Right.
the groundbreaking design that Rare did.
Man, that game was. You know what? I didn't really care for the sequels too much, but that first one blew me away because it had granted they're still 2-dimensional sprites, but because they looked like they were 3D. Fully 3D CGI. Yeah. So.
Well, there's a good channel on YouTube. It's History of Gaming, and he goes in and talks about Donkey Kong Country. That when Rare demoed that to Nintendo, they were literally tearing apart the demonstration trying to find where the Silicon Graphics computer was. They couldn't believe they were doing that on a legit Super Nintendo.
That's awesome.
Without any assistance from them, they just basically hacked their way through developing for it.
Do y'all remember when you used to get VHS tapes from Nintendo that would promote additional games?
Oh yeah, I used to get VHS tapes in the mail promoting all kinds of stuff, mainly TurboGrafx stuff. I would get all kinds of videos for them.
I specifically remember the one that I had, and hell, I don't know. My mom may still have it somewhere. Who knows? But the one that was promoting Donkey Kong Country, like if you watched all the way, it had a stinger, believe it or not. If you stayed and watched all the way through it, at the very end, there was just like this little 5-second clip of them showing, it was supposed to be like you were taking a tour of Nintendo, and in this back room, and of course they slammed the door real quick, but they're playing Killer Instinct on the Super Nintendo, and was just they're like, get out of here, and just shut the door. And of course I'm just like, they're making fun of the Super Nintendo. Picky Old Gamer remembers. Awesome. So yes. All right, so any nays on Donkey Kong Country?
Nope.
All right, cool.
The motion passes.
Motion passes. All right. Who's next? I forgot.
Me.
All right, Picky Old Game, what you got?
Killer Instinct.
Hell yeah!
Black cartridge. It came with a CD. That music rocked. I mean,
fuck yes.
Oh my god.
I still have it ripped to my computer. Yeah.
If you if you beat the new Killer Instinct to go to the credits, it plays the original Killer Instinct theme.
Nice.
On the Xbox. Yeah. And
it's
free on Xbox.
That is the only reason I wanted an Xbox One. I'll be completely honest with you. I love Killer Instinct.
Windows 10's got it. It's on Windows 10. Download it.
He has a Mac.
No, but I've got a Windows system at school, and I can throw Windows on. Like I said, my that game. Damn it! That mean it becomes a gaming PC.
On your Mac.
I didn't know Killer Instinct was on Windows 10. I gotta look at that because I wouldn't mind getting that actually.
God, I love that game.
It's a really good. Only question is how are you paying for it? Because that's my biggest problem with Killer Instinct. Is you got to pay for like 4 characters at a time or something. It's like
you get the free version and play what you want. I bought the first season, so I got the original character. So I got Jago and all them.
But surely by this point you can buy a pass and get probably everything they've got out now for a decent price. So
yeah,
it's got to be something. Yeah.
Yeah. So you may have just rocked my world, dude. Like I can't tell you how many times I talked to Cyrus. I'm like, I know you keep saying the PlayStation's better, but it's Killer Instinct. You don't understand.
Yeah.
Funny story, and I'm sure
Scorpio.
God no. I don't know if Size told this story on Game Rambling. We did some dick moves to each other before.
What was
the fighting game on the PlayStation that you just whipped my ass at? I want to say it was one of the 3D fighters.
No, it wasn't on the PlayStation. It was on the Saturn.
Oh, okay.
Virtua Fighters 2.
He whipped my ass on the game. Number one, I've never been good at Virtual Fighter. I've never been good at Virtual Fighter. I've never been good at Tekken. I have sucked at those games. But when I got Killer Instinct Gold on the N64, it wasn't even fair.
No, like, dude. Like he was
fucking
juggling me in the air, and I can't do anything. He just stops. He's just staring at me while he's doing it, And I'm just like, "Fuck you, man." He puts his finger in my eye, like right here. You like that? He goes, "You like that?" And I'm like, "Dude, you're hitting my face."
And then we would pull out like Street Fighter Alpha, and then we're back on level playing ground. But yeah, so.
Street Fighter Alpha 2, the best Street Fighter, hands down.
Absolutely not.
Street Fighter Alpha 2 was fucking.
I would really need to think about that, but I'm this close to agreeing with you. God, that was
Street
such a
Fighter.
good game.
Let's just say it's one of the best.
Oh, hands down,
on-
yes. There's no
on
question.
the PlayStation, not on the Super Nintendo, but the
No, yeah,
PlayStation version of Street Fighter Alpha 2 is fucking amazing.
Yes, it
That's
was.
when they crossed over into hitting 3 buttons and getting 32 hits out of it.
No, that's when they got into. This is where Alpha's when they started getting okay. So Killer Instinct was all about these massive combos. Alpha was more about technique because that's when you had like the reversals, which I fucking loved. Someone come up and do a hit and you could reverse them and flip them and shit. That was so awesome.
And it was so precise.
Yes, it was.
It was. Oh, it was great.
To me, that's where the 2D fighter games really started to go on their own things. Like I said, they either took the path of like Killer Instinct and like Marvel vs. Capcom, where it was all about these high hit combos. You had that on one side, and then you had the technical fighters like Alpha and So,
but we're talking about Super Nintendo right now.
We're talking about. You're absolutely right. All right, so Lou, what's up next?
Let me see. Mario Paint. Think about it. You had a mouse.
I can't. No.
It's the predecessor.
It's not going to go. It's not going to go.
I know it's not.
Super Nintendo because it needs a mouse. Same with the mouse.
I know.
Was that a joke? Please tell me that was-
Yes.
I mean, if we had that, we have to add the Super Scope, and we're not going to add the Super Scope.
No, we're not going to have the Super Scope.
Doom. Doom was a big deal when it went to the Super Nintendo.
No.
I'm an A.
No.
I would have actually gone with Lou on that. I felt like it was kind of an important one at the time.
I'm looking. Hold on. I'm seeing if it's on.
It was on the.
You don't remember the hype Nintendo was saying, "Oh, the power of our system, we can run Doom."
But it looked like total shit. I mean,
Mario Kart looks like shit.
No, I mean, Doom.
Star Fox looked like shit.
Let me clarify what I'm saying. Doom came out on the Super Nintendo, and it also came out on the 32X and on the Jaguar around the same time. And everybody saw the Super Nintendo version and went, ugh. So no, I don't. I can't.
It's 3-2, and it's not on Ray's list. So Jay. Hello, Jason Horn.
Still on mute.
Jason Horn.
I do the mute now.
He's asleep. He's asleep.
Maybe
the Horn identity. The Horn identity.
The beat
all right.
overpowered him.
If he gets back on to vote, we'll finish the vote. I'm just going to put it down there as a maybe. So because we don't have enough. Because if it stands right now, then it's a no because it yeah. So okay. Rudy.
All right. This may cause some conflict because some of you may not remember it. The Secret of Mana.
I know it's on my list.
That was a great RPG.
The reason why that was such a great RPG is because it allowed you to play multiplayer with other people, which was unfucking heard of.
I'll vote for it.
Yeah, I didn't play it, but it's such a classic, of course. Yeah, put it on there.
And I love the combat system. You hit the button and it came up like that was like the start of having the ring system with the options, and you just like hit up or left or right or whatever to choose. But the fact that you could play multiplayer instead of just one person controlling the entire team of 3, you could actually get on there with 2 other people and play it, and I loved it. So, all right, looks like that one passes.
Where are we at? What number is that?
We'll do a count here real quick. Jay, if you're on, let us know. Let's say we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We are up to 18.
Next time you do a count like that, do it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good call.
I'm just a bill.
Well, Jay's not here, so let's see. I'm looking through Ray's list to see if there's any. Oh, okay. So go ahead and throw this one out there. It might be a little interesting. Where did it go? There it is. Mortal Kombat 2.
Yep, it's on my list.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
I know everyone thinks the Genesis version of Mortal Kombat is superior.
You had blood.
Doesn't matter.
The first Mortal Kombat.
Doesn't matter. I still think the Super Nintendo version is better because the control seems better suited for it.
I think the control's better on the Genesis. For the first one,
Genesis.
that's better. Genesis is better because I got both of them, and I was like,
Yeah, Genesis is better. You're just
Well, see, I also never had a
with
6-button
Nintendo.
controller.
Yeah. Nintendo fanboy.
Yeah. Nintendo film.
Fuck you.
with no Switch.
No cred. No cred.
But yeah, when it came to Mortal Kombat 2, definitely hands down the Super Nintendo one. So
Yeah. So no, yeah, Mortal Kombat 2, Super Nintendo. Absolutely.
all right. Another one I'm going to throw out there. Pretty sure it's definitely going to be an absolute one. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do this one. Final Fantasy 3.
Yep.
Yes. On my list.
Thank you. I was like, I guess I'm gonna have to mention it, but I didn't.
No, God, I remember Rudy and I never owned it. We borrowed it from Jason Long. We borrowed it from Jason Long. I like gave it back to him, like went a month and was like, "Can I borrow that back?" He's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Dude, I didn't finish it. I have to finish that game. That game is so good." So, yeah, honestly, I think that's the first RPG that like really sucked me in. Like that's the first one that I was like, I have to finish this game, and I have to, yeah. So, all right, Cyrus, what you got for us?
Super Punch Out.
Yep. They added a bunch of crazy shit to it, but I loved every bit of it. Like the one guy that was like would jump off the ring and like do kicks and shit. And man,
What about Jay? What do you say, Jay? No?
Hey Jay, boy.
All right, Picky Old Gamer, what you got for us?
Final Fight.
Yeah.
The first one?
Yeah, the first one, the classic arcade one. Even though the memory they didn't get all three characters in there, it's a classic. The other ones, I never.
This is a tough one for me, and I kind of went back and forth with.
No, I have Final Fight Guy. Sorry.
Well, either Final Fight or Final Fight Guy, the original one.
I put Final Fight 2 because there was 2-player. Now, I gotta probably agree with you though because I played the fucking shit out of the first Final Fight.
Did y'all know that Final Fight's original name was Street Fighter 98? They were going to call it Street Fighter, and then they changed it. It was going to be a Street Fighter game.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's a classic.
Hey, I had some Street Fighter game for my NES that was like futuristic and weird.
Street Fighter 2010
Street Fighter
Final Fight.
2000 or something like that.
2010.
2010.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Do you have that? Pick
Oh shit! Look at.
He's going back for it. That's it.
Wow.
Wow, that game was really hard. That game was super hard.
You just got mad points for that.
All those
it's hard
points.
as shit.
All those points that Eugene should have, you now have.
Agreed.
Wait for it. Wait a minute. Here we go.
Oh, fuck you. Now you're showboating. Okay.
Show him your Mac Mini.
I got a Mac Mini and a MacBook Air in there. Do you want to see that?
Think old gamer just drove by your house basing with the hydraulics on.
Okay,
The spirit of Iwata fuels me.
Final Fight was not on my list, and I would probably agree with Cy that the second one, but you sold me on it. So I'm a yay. I'm a yay.
You know, like I said, I thought about it, and that's why it was such a struggle because I played the first one so much.
Yeah,
you know, It was an early title, and it was really well done. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, the sprites weren't as big as the arcade, and of course, wasn't 2-player, but man, it was sure fucking close.
It was really good.
It was great.
The music and the sound effects and the graphics were really good. So.
Yep. All right, Lou, what you got for us?
Let's see. Mega Man X.
Yes.
That's
Which
next one.
Which one?
I went with the first one. Like I said, I kind of went with the first on most of these choices. I don't really know which one's better. I didn't play very many of them.
You got to think about this. If they introduce this, you want kids to first play it. You want to give them the first one, usually.
That's good point. Good point. I approve.
Okay, I don't remember the sequels as much because I played the holy hell out of this one, and the fact that you were able to upgrade not only your weapons, but you could upgrade your armor, and then of course find the secret Hadouken was just.
Yeah.
And shuriken. Did it have the shuriken in there as well?
I think that was in the second one.
Second one.
X2 is considered by the internet to be the definitive one, but I see I'm not going to debate the point. The first one is probably the one you would want on there. So
yeah, I think it's on Ray's list as well. So yeah, okay. He actually had X2, but
X2 is a better game, but I understand, and I will go with the first one.
Like I said, I just love the first one so much. All right. That was Lou. So, Rudy, what you got?
SimCity.
Yep, it's on my list.
I was going to say that next.
Yep.
Not on my list.
Played
but
the hell out of
SNES
SimCity.
Classic. Yeah.
I love that. The Super Nintendo SimCity is so good.
Simplistic enough that
so
you don't.
many hours on that.
Yes.
No, I remember one of our friends. He was really, really doing well. Big population, a lot of money. So he didn't want to reset the game, so he left it on. The next morning, turns on the TV. Everything's destroyed because he never turned off natural disasters.
Oh,
Yeah.
I bet there was some wailing and gnashing of teeth that day.
Oh man!
All right, we are up to 24, gentlemen.
Ugh.
Yeah. Okay. I'm next. I'm going to throw out there because I already know a couple of my games are not going to make it on here probably, or we're going to get to the point where we're going to have to do some debating and stuff. So another one that I'm pretty sure is going to be a unanimous is technically the entire title is Super Mario World 2, but come on, it's Yoshi's Island.
I never did play it.
I didn't like it.
I didn't put it on my list.
Wow, really?
I didn't like the graphics from what I did see of it.
Honestly, I didn't like it that much.
I know it made a lot of the internet lists, but I never really played it.
Oh wow! Is that 4 nays?
You know what? It looks because Ray's got it on his, and Jay's not here to say anything. So yeah, it looks like 4-2. So I thought for sure it was going to be on there. I mean, I'm not heartbroken. I really liked the game. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was a great game. I love the play mechanic. I did love the graphics because it was one of those times that Nintendo stepped out and did something different graphically. The only drawback was, of course, fucking crying baby Mario.
That ruined it right there. I did try on emulator. I tried like a few minutes. I went, I'm done, and I just deleted the file and moved on. I was like,
Baby Mario will drive you insane. So, like I said, I'm not completely heartbroken on that one. So, okay, Cyrus, your next one.
We're getting to the area where there's going to be debate.
Exactly.
I'm going to say Pilot Wings.
I hated Pilot Wings.
nay. Oh, I hated it.
I love Pilot Wings. So
I
much.
wanted to love Pilot Wings, and then I played it, and I was like, this game is fucking hard.
It is hard, but I understand. I
mode 7 out my ass. Oh,
I know. Nobody likes Pilot Wings.
All right. Let's see. Pick your gamer.
It's a classic beat 'em up. It's hard to find. Batman Returns.
It's on mine. Yep. Yay.
I don't think I ever played it.
It's really good.
I played it a few times, and it's just like it's like if you love Turtles in Time, you like
it's
this.
the only good version of Batman Returns. It's the only good one.
Yeah, but I know, but they put it on NES too. They brought it.
The NES version's good too. Good point. Yeah, no, good point.
But I can see it not being voted for many people.
I think I vaguely remember playing it, but it wasn't enough that it made my list at all.
Yeah. If it don't make the list, I get that.
Well, the list is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, now that we're down to the hard part, now it's bullshit.
That is bullshit. Fuck that motherfucker.
I don't think this one. I'm a nay.
Okay. Gotcha.
Lou?
I'm gonna have to say nay just because I didn't even know of it.
Yeah.
I don't even remember it.
I don't see it
Why
on.
so serious?
You should try it. It's pretty fun. You get to grab the clowns and bash their heads together and stuff.
Oh no, I remember that. Yeah, but yeah.
It's pretty cool.
All right, Rudy.
No.
Anything else? All right. Whose was that? That was Pico Gamer.
No, that was Pico Gamer.
Oh, that was Pico. I'm sorry. Lewis.
All right. I don't know how important these games were to the greater Nintendo nation, but I know it was fun for us. So it was a toss-up. I'll just throw this one out first. Out of This World.
Good game. Was this close to making my list?
Yeah, I was getting down to I need to fill slots, so I threw this one out there.
The Genesis version was better.
That's what I thought too.
It had better animation.
I don't
See, I
remember.
remember.
I moved to
I only remember the Super
feet and I
Nintendo.
dropped it, and I died. I was like, I hate this game.
Yeah, I didn't like the game at all. That or Flashback. I didn't like either one of those games.
And I get the type of game it's one because you figure out what to do. Once you get through it, you can go through it anytime you want. But I'd say nay on that one because it gave me so much rage.
Rudy, what say you?
I'd put it on a Genesis list, but not on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
All right. Rudy, what's your next one?
I'm surprised you guys haven't mentioned this. Illusion of Gaia. Remember that one?
I don't remember that one.
Don't
It was an
remember that one. I'm gonna have
RPG.
to look up.
It was another obscure RPG. It came out around the same time as Secret of Mana.
It's well known, but I honestly don't remember. I've played it, but I don't remember the specifics of the game. It didn't stay with me. You know
It
what
was
I mean?
another really good RPG. It was
No, you're right. I do remember this game. It didn't make my list, but you're right. It was a good RPG.
I'd have to say yay because it's such a well-known RPG. I mean,
I'm going to say yay because otherwise I don't think we're going to fill in this last part of the list if we don't start saying yay. On
Just as a
something.
side note, if any of you who are fishing the internet at any point in time find a reliable emulator of Illusion of Gaia, please send it to stevensb29@gmail.com.
What's wrong with the emulation on it?
I can't find one.
What do you mean?
I can't find one in 64.
Oh, a ROM.
Yeah, I can't find an emulator. Yeah, I can't find one at all.
I
The only one
might
I found
be
is a 32.
with that, sir. We will talk about that later at a later date.
I've got another game suggestion for running out of a room.
I know. I got like two,
Okay,
Yeah.
well, hold on. We're gonna keep going around here real quick. So,
and
All
one
right.
nobody should be higher on the list, but nobody said, and I'm surprised. So we'll see.
let's see here. So that was Rudy. I'm looking at his list. Okay. He had Earthbound.
Oh,
It's
See,
going to have
I
to
got
go
it.
on there. Yeah.
I got into that game like through emulators. I never played it back in the day.
I never
Do you
played
know
it
how
back in the day either.
I'm not a fan of Earthbound, but it is such an important game that if it's not on here, people would actually riot in the streets. It's a big deal.
We'll get hate comments.
put it on there.
All right, I'll vote on it. Just for
Bring on the
that.
hate. I don't care.
So I think you're the only one then.
I'd say no.
I never got into it. I guess I should go back and play it on an emulator then. So, all right. So my next one up. I don't know if this one's going to fly or not, but I'm going to throw it out there. Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
That was on my list.
That was a pretty good one. I liked it.
Oh, such a good game.
I don't remember that game.
No,
Oh my god, it was so much fun. 2 players, you got to run around. Your main weapon was a like a water gun, and then like you would get silverware that you would use to kill werewolves, and it used all these old movie tropes. So like there's this one level where there's these giant ants. But the most hated enemy was the guy who had the chainsaw. He was wearing a hockey mask and had a chainsaw, and he could like cut through walls and shit and come after you. And it was a lot of fun.
It was really
Yeah, that's a good. If you can find out an emulator, check it out.
So I'm a yay on that one.
Virtual consoles.
Yeah, it always reminded me of Fester's Quest on the NES. Great.
Yeah, there was a little bit of that to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was like the 3/4 perspective. So I'm a yay on it. Lou?
Yay.
Yes. Rudy, yes.
All right, we got 3. What, Cy? Video gamer.
I guess.
Is it on Ray's list?
Everybody loves it. It seems
Is
to
it-
be a thing that everybody loves.
Yeah, that's fine.
Was it on Ray's?
Let me check. Should have alphabetized these. I think he had these in order. What?
These are not alphabetized.
I knew as soon as it came out of my mouth, I knew I was like,
Unaccepted.
no, it went on his
color
list.
coded.
Your list is inefficient.
12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So we got four more slots. Cyrus, what's next?
Okay, I'm gonna go with a game called Axelay, Axelay, shooting game. Was really
No.
big when it came out.
Can you spell it again?
Wow. Okay.
Why did you just say R-Type or something? R-Type is like a class.
That's an axe. No.
Lay next to the axe and give it a nice stroke.
It had a really interesting mode 7 graphic thing it would do where like the screen was coming towards you, and like as it was in the distance, things were kind of scrunched up, and then they would like expand as they came down.
Yeah, I've pulled up pictures of it, and I see what you're talking about. It looks like it was a fun game. I never fucking played it.
Wow. Yeah.
All right, do a quick vote. I say nay.
Nope.
Nah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, sorry about that.
Nay.
Picky Old Gamer, what you got for us?
I never played it, but it's one of the very hardest games to find. It's Demon's Crest. It's basically Gargoyle's Quest 3.
I know which one you're talking about.
And people seem to love it. They made Gargoyle's Quest on the Game Boy, which I had. They made Gargoyle's Quest 2 on the NES, and then they made Demon's Crest, and it's fantastic. I've seen it speed run, but it's kind of obscure enough that I think it could probably be nade for a lot of people.
I never played it. I know what you're talking about because a lot of people talk about it. I always just wondered, I was like, why did they take one of the bad guys from Ghost and Goblins and give him a game?
It's a game. It's easy $100+ game anywhere any day. Of the
Wow.
week. But that shouldn't mean it had to be on the list. But I gotta just.
I'm gonna nay it just because I've got some others that I'd like to try to float. Anyone else?
I'll yay it.
Okay. It's 2-1.
I got an A.
2-2. Rudy, you're the deciding factor.
I'm gonna go nay.
Okay.
Recount.
I never played it.
Recount.
I never
This
played
selection was rigged.
All right. Lou, what you got for us?
I don't know. Just some game called Super fucking Star Wars.
Yes.
Yep, it was on my list.
So
I've got to put it on. I say yay.
That's got to be a yay. That should be higher on the list.
The first one, or
I went with the first one because it.
Yeah, you got to put the first one on there of every series.
So we'd only have one of them on there.
We technically have room for the other two and then an additional game. Just saying.
Nah.
I mean, like we did with Street Fighter. Everybody agreed that Street Fighter 2 was.
I didn't like the first one though. I liked Empire, but I didn't
Your
like
lack
the
of faith
first
is
one.
disturbing.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was like
Yeah,
They
that
were
was
all
weird.
weird.
giant scorpions coming at you and shit.
Yeah. I let Jameson play an emulated one the other day. He was like, "Dad, this is not Star Wars." Not at all. Of course, it probably doesn't hurt that he's been played Battlefront for the past year and a half. So he's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah. There's no giant scorpions on this.
Yeah,
I'll
but at the time.
What would be crazy is if, like, in one of the new Star Wars movies, they have giant scorpions, and then I'd go, "Fuck!"
I thought for sure you were gonna say they make it an expansion as like an homage, and they bring back giant scorpions.
Oh no, there's like
don't know.
a new special edition of Star Wars comes out, and they digitally put in.
Oh
Giant
my god!
Oh. Well, did y'all know that the NES version of Star Wars, you fight Vader a little early, and he turns into a scorpion?
Oh God.
Wow.
Yes, that's no shit. I saw an angry
What's with
video
the
game.
fucking scorpions?
I know, right?
He goes, "What the fuck is this?" You know, I was like, either it was an American or it was Japanese. I think it was a Japanese version. I'll take that back. And you're like, "What?" Yeah, look up angry video game nerd Star Wars episode. You'll see that, and he's not making it up. I was like, "Oh my God."
Luke takes
Oh
off.
shit! I thought you were pulling my leg just now.
No, go look it up. You start hitting him, he turns into a scorpion. I was like,
What the fuck? Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely look that shit up.
look it up. I couldn't believe it.
Luke takes off Vader's helmet, Return of the Jedi. It's fucking Predator. What the hell are you?
All right, so we gotta do a vote. I'm a yay on this. Lose a yay.
What game?
Super Star Wars on.
Okay, sure.
All right, that's 3. Rudy, where do you come down on it?
Because think about what Star Wars game came out before it that was any good.
Yeah. The arcade Star Wars.
No. Consoles, buddy.
Well, Empire on the Atari 2600 is pretty fun.
All right, I'm gonna have to go with the yay just to stop the conversation.
He's just like, shut up.
We're still talking about Star Wars.
Okay. That was Lou. Rudy.
Oh, okay, I've got 2 here. It's like, which one do I want to throw in here? Oh, okay. Now, and I was such an RPG guy. Did we say Breath of Fire yet?
No one has brought up Breath of Fire.
Breath of Fire was a good game.
Well, Big O Gamer is basically demonstrating Breath of Fire. Like,
I honestly don't remember Breath of Fire.
Breath of Fire was so good it got a part 2.
well, you have. I think it
Capcom.
has to. It has to go
remember.
on because Breath of Fire is such a big franchise for Nintendo.
They got like 3 or 4 of them now, I think, don't they?
I think they did end up with that.
They're about to release like three Breath of Fire games. Like they just brought out iPhone Breath of Fire game, right? Or am I thinking?
Is that right? No, I didn't know that.
You talking about Dragon's Quest?
Or is it Dragons? I thought it was
You're
Breath
thinking
of Fire.
Dragon's Quest. Yeah, you're thinking Dragon's Quest.
Quest.
But Breath. I know Breath of Fire had 2 games on the Super Nintendo, and they were really well done.
Don't remember those.
There's 2 other games I really would like to see on this system, so I'm going to say nay.
Yeah, I'm saying nay.
I'm saying nay.
Nay.
No.
Hosers.
Neat.
I can give you a strawberry.
All right, so we've got 2 more spots, gentlemen. Let's see here.
No, real quick. Let's just say that the list is complete, right? But what if somebody throws out another game that nobody remembered?
Whoa.
Do we debate a slot or?
Do we have?
Then they
30
fight
games?
for the prize.
Well, then I say, okay, then this is what I say we do for the final 2 slots. We're just going to all go around. We're going to throw out a game that we would like, and then we will vote of those games which one goes on.
That sounds good.
When are
Okay.
where are we at now?
We have 28 games on the system. There are 2 slots.
Oh, so we're doing it right now then.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for the final 2 slot, for one of the final 2 slots, I would like to throw out, because I don't think maybe I overlooked it. I don't think we have a shooter. I'm going to throw out there Super R-Type. Cyrus, what would you like to throw out?
No.
Yeah.
R-Type 3.
Okay, my apologies.
No, there's a big difference. Super R-Type is a different game. R-Type 3 is a different game from Super R-Type.
I have no problem going with R-Type 3.
Well, R-Type 3 is way better.
All right, but throw out a game. We're not voting yet.
All right, so
Which road now?
I said Super R-Type. He said, are you saying R-Type 3 for yours?
So you're not going to change yours.
Yeah, fine, I'll change it. R-Type 3.
Ladies, girls, you're both pretty.
So I thought what we were doing was we were all going to name a game. And
That's
then
what we're doing. So I'm saying R-Type. I'm saying R-Type 3. What are you throwing out there?
Jurassic Park 2.
Okay. Pickle Gamer?
Wow, you guys never played Jurassic Park 2?
Earthworm Jim.
All right, Lewis?
Is that more of a Genesis?
Yeah, it's Genesis.
No, that was on Super Nintendo.
It was,
No,
on
it was on
Nintendo.
Super Nintendo, but it's better on Genesis.
Yeah. Super Double Dragon.
All right, Rudy, what are you throwing out there?
Did we put GoldenEye on the list yet?
You're
That's
thinking N64, dude.
That's N64.
It wasn't on.
No.
GoldenEye was not on Super Nintendo.
No, and if it was, it would have been balls.
It'd have been
Yeah, I guess it did. Yeah, that's true. Women. Okay, so here's my other one. Lemmings. Lemmings was a game. That was a great game.
All right, so we have to vote between R-Type 3, Lemmings, Super Double Dragon. What were the other two?
Earthworm Jim.
Earthworm Jim. And what was your side?
I don't remember.
Jurassic Park 2.
You said
Yeah.
not worth mentioning.
I'm just going to throw it out there.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as GoldenEye. Sorry.
Somebody asked me
Ray-
Super Nintendo.
Ray did have Earthworm Jim on. He had his listed 30-1, and that was his number one game.
His
So-
number one game was Earthworm Jim.
Yeah.
We had NHL on there. Don't be bad, that guy.
Maybe it was the first one that came out in Canada.
Earthworm Jim was better than Super Mario World.
Okay, so here's I'm just gonna do a little. I'm just gonna do a little polling here. So here's the thing. I don't think we have a shooter on here yet. I'm looking through here and I don't see a shooter, and I think this console needs at least one
Sega
shooter
had,
because
Sega had shooters, man. Sega had the sports and the shooters.
The problem was Super Nintendo had so much slowdown that it was hard to find good shooters.
The best
And-
shooters were on TurboGrafx, I have to say.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say I can start saying that. So
R-Type 3. I go with R-Type 3.
okay, so that's 2 votes for R-Type 3.
I'll take it. Yes.
All right. I guess that's going to take one of the final 2 slots. All right. For our final slot, I am going to throw out, because I actually had Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, but since we got one on there, I'm going to throw one out there, and I know, and there may be only one person on this panel who knows what the fuck the game is. Who knows? I'm throwing out Metal Marines.
I've never heard of that game.
Oh, I forgot about the game, but yes.
All right, Cyrus.
Legend of the Mystical Ninja.
That was actually on his list too, I believe. Okay, Pico Gamer.
Another one, Populous.
Is that on
forgot
Super
about that
Nintendo?
game.
I didn't know that was on Super
It was.
Nintendo.
That was on the Super Nintendo.
It
The
was
problem is it was better on the Genesis, wasn't it?
We'll debate that in a second. Lewis?
Well, I had another better on Genesis, but just to fill slots, I threw it on there. It was Jungle Strike.
Yeah, it was better on Genesis.
And Rudy?
I was doing the same thing as Lewis. I was going to say Jungle Strike or Desert Strike. I think it was Desert Strike actually on Super Nintendo. But
Yeah, I know it's one of the strikes, but again, I played those all on Genesis. I never played them on Super Nintendo.
I played them all on the Genesis too.
The animation was better on Genesis.
So I would discount those, but that's just me. Okay, so it's what? Jungle Strike, Desert Strike, Metal Marines. What were the other 2?
Legend of the Mystical Ninja.
Legend of the Mystical Ninja.
I just got one more that I don't think it's been discussed even, or unless I'm too drunk to remember. But did anybody say Bomberman?
No, that was TurboGrafx. That's much better on TurboGrafx.
We played a lot of
like
them
almost
on
nobody
Super
had
Nintendo.
it, so I think it's worth mentioning on Super Nintendo. On the Super Nintendo. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that where we got our four player experience?
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, Bomberman's got to go on there because there was no party like a Bomberman party. And that
Okay,
was
now
no
here's the only
kidding.
problem, though. Here's the only problem. This is the only reason why I wouldn't vote for it is I am going under the assumption that when they bring out this Super Nintendo Classic, it's just going to be 2 players. Like it's not going to have a 4-player adapter. And without a 4-player adapter, then Bomberman doesn't make the cut for me.
Yeah.
Right.
But if it had a 4-player adapter, then yeah, to me it'd be no question.
Okay, that's an assumption. Screw it.
Okay.
Well, it was the same thing for NBA Jam.
I know. I went ahead and left Jam on there though, just because 2 players would still be fun. Not as much fun, but
Same thing as Bomberman. It'd be fun, but not as much fun. Bomberman's
okay.
awesome,
Then you
man.
know what? We'll just do a quick vote. All right. So, does anyone remember Metal Marines besides me?
No.
I vaguely remember it. I just forgot about it recently. But
I
yeah,
remember it's just not.
I don't think I've ever played it. I've never.
You might have, okay. It's kind of in the vein of like Command and Conquer. I loved it. It was an awesome game. So obviously not that one. Well, Legend of the Mystical Ninja. Ray had it down there. I don't remember that game.
I don't remember it either. I remember the name, but I don't remember the game.
It was an early game. It spawned several different sequels on different systems. It was that Goemon guy.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
it had really good music. It was very, very, very Japanese. Slapstick comedy stuff. It was a lot of fun.
I will consider it. What was yours, Pickle Gamer?
Populous.
Populous was fun.
I think that's better on Genesis, though.
I was thinking Genesis.
It is? I really didn't know that.
It's on both. But...
It's on. Yeah, no, I'm not saying it wasn't on Super Nintendo.
No,
Yeah, you know what?
I
think you're right. I think I played it on Genesis too.
You know, I just found one on how it's a classic. I didn't even think about talking about. I'm looking up on the Lost Vikings.
Lost Viking.
I remember that game. That game was
Wasn't that on Genesis also?
I think so.
I'm thinking of a different Vikings game.
I'd have to see it.
Isn't it like Vikings, but it's Lemmings, but with Vikings? Similar.
No,
well, you had three Vikings.
Yeah. 3 Vikings, and you had to go through all this stuff. But I never did hear much about it on the Genesis. But of course, in my area, maybe people play more Super Nintendo. I don't know.
I remember seeing the box, and I remember seeing a Super Nintendo box. I don't remember seeing a Genesis box for that.
It was on Genesis. I remember that. Oh, well.
Yeah, because it was Genesis, Amiga, SNES. I don't know, gentlemen.
Nothing sticks out.
No, nothing is like super sticking out here.
Doing some Google flu. See if we can dig something up.
We already got Castlevania.
Anybody got any other titles you want to throw out? Just in
That's
case?
a good point. Yeah, like I said, I had Super Empire Strikes Back and I had Super Return of the Jedi as well.
Well, Earth Defense Force.
Secret of Evermore.
Secret of Evermore is a good one.
Yeah,
What's that one? I don't know if I ever played that one.
It's like
There's a bunch of
Montana.
RPGs that
I think it's RPG. Yeah, but we got so many RPGs. Maybe we need to do something.
yeah.
Aladdin, Alien 3.
Aladdin, yeah.
Aladdin's
Classic.
Genesis though.
Yeah, I always thought those were Genesis. Yeah.
There were 2 different versions. They were completely different on Genesis versus Super NES.
Now, a lot of these websites that have best of, they're putting multiple versions of the games. Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 3, they have as a separate slot.
We already have Final Fantasy 3 on there.
What about?
I know. I'm just saying that they are including more than one. We're just going with the one.
Was there like a Tecmo Super Bowl that they had on Super Nintendo or something?
No, like you said though, you played sports games on the Genesis.
Yeah, but not Tecmo. Oh yeah, they did have Tecmo on Genesis. Yeah.
Shadowrun, Soul Blazer,
NHL 94.
Sunset Riders.
I don't know.
GameInformer.com, NHL 94 is on there. It must have been a loved game for people that love the hockey.
Tetris Dr. Mario, Tetris Attack.
Oh, what about Kirby? Didn't Kirby have
There's a lot of Kirby on there.
Holy shit. I never have been a huge Kirby fan.
Yeah,
Kirby
me neither.
Superstar. Kirby Super.
X-Men, Mutant Apocalypse.
Kirby's Dreamland 3 is on there.
Yeah.
You know
Men's
what?
Squadron.
I never played it, but just
Kirby
playing
on
what little
there.
bit I have, like I could
Kirby.
vote for Kirby.
You know Kirby will be on this damn thing. You know,
God, yes.
You know he'll be on it. So
Tiny Toon Adventures.
Kirby is.
I'm voting for Kirby.
It would have to be a Kirby game.
yeah, I'll go. Yeah.
We'd be shunned by the gaming community if we'd have a Kirby game on there.
Yeah, we're probably going to be shunned anyway. How the fuck did you not put Kirby on your list already?
Well, you know it'll be on there because it's a Nintendo license. I mean, they're gonna put it on there.
Yeah. Now, which Kirby? Kirby Everland,
Dreamland 3.
Kirby Dreamland 3, Kirby Super.
Who knows? Dreamland probably.
Dreamland 3 was the first one that came out. That's what we're going with. All right, so
Fun.
this was harder just because of getting down to the very, the last 2.
Oh yeah, the first 15 of these was like boom, boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom,
exactly.
boom.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, just to do a quick recap of the games that we think would be on an SNES Classic are ActRaiser, the first one, Contra 3, The Alien Wars, Donkey Kong Country, F-Zero, Final Fantasy 3, Killer Instinct, The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, Mario Kart, Mega Man X, Mortal Kombat 2, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, Secret of Mana, SimCity, Star Fox, Super Castlevania 4, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Mario All-Star to include Super Mario World, Super Mario RPG, Super Metroid, Super Punch-Out, Super R-Type, Super Star Wars, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, TMNT 4, Turtles in Time, Zombies Ate My Neighbors, Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, Legend of Gaia, Earthbound, and Kirby Dream Land 3.
Now, did we have Star Fox?
Yeah.
Okay, just make sure.
Yeah. So,
yeah,
Star Fox and SimCity on there. So, yeah. I mean, honestly, I would buy the system. Of course, as someone who has updated his NES Classic, I'm thinking, please God, don't let them undo this magical backdoor that they put in the NES Classic for an SNES Classic. Because if there are some of these games not on there, I'll be like, yeah. But yeah, so no, good job, gentlemen. With that being said, let's go ahead and move on to our picks and pans for the week. I already can guess what a couple of people's picks are going to be. So I'm going to jump right in here real quick with my pick. My pick is actually a pick and a pan. I started a workout regime, I guess you can call it, 2 weeks ago. And I'd heard about Brian Brushwood talk about it on a couple of his different shows for a while now. And then he's got a new show called The Modern Rogue, which, by the way, if you've not watched The Modern Rogue on YouTube, check it out. It is phenomenal. Like, they talk about everything from making like homemade body armor in case the zombie apocalypse breaks out to like how to mix these really awesome drinks. It's everything in between. Well, he did an episode, him and his partner, Brian Murphy, and it's called the Evil Russian Push-Up Regime. So basically what happens is you, on a Monday, you figure out what your maximum is for push-ups. Like I said, I have not been working out for quite some time, so mine was not very good. Mine was 15 push-ups. And then what you do is every day following that, you do a certain percentage at a certain time interval. Let me pull up here just to kind of give you an idea. So, for example, on that first day, you do your maximum, and then you do 30% every 60 minutes. The next day, you do 50% every 60 minutes. The next day, you do 60% every 45 minutes, and it keeps going from there. At the next Monday, you figure out what your max is again. I went up to 23. So, I mean, I've already had almost, like a 50% jump. And then it gets fucking hard. I thought I was going to die Tuesday and Wednesday because I'm doing Tuesday in particular was 55% every 20 minutes. Now, I have a job where I have a nice office. I've got plenty of space. So my phone was set for a timer for every 20 minutes. And I would go over and I would do 55% of this. So that's what? 12, 13 push-ups. Oh my God. I thought I was going to die. Actually, last night, starting last night, I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure now it's just, I've kind of pulled something or it's just been super worked out, but my left abs are so sore. I thought I fucking had a hernia. But I'm interested to see what my push-up max goes to come Monday. And I mean, I can definitely tell I've put some strength on. Depending on your body type or whatever, you can put some mad muscle on doing this. So like I said, I thought it was kind of a way to kickstart getting back into weightlifting and stuff. So I was doing that, and I would suggest it. Give it a shot. It is going to beat your ass down, which is why it's called the Evil Russian push-up regime. So give it. All you have to do is Google it. You can watch the episode. They talk about it in depth. Brian Murphy actually talks about he had the same feeling. He's like, there were a couple of days I thought I had a hernia. So I'm not the only one. We need to feel a little bit better. But yeah, if you want to put on some kind of bulk up your honestly, my abs and my triceps in particular are just sore as all hell. Like going up to about here is when it starts to really hurt, and then anything above that's just like pulling. It's like So, yeah, it's my pick and pan for the week. So, Cyrus, do you have a pick?
Well, it's not my abs. I mean, by the way, regime or regimen or the isn't a regime
technically
like a
should be
government?
regiment, but once you start doing that, it seems like a fucking regime.
Oh, fair,
Like I said, it will beat your ass. So
fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so there's one of two things that I can select as my pick. I'm going to give Picky Old Gamer or Rudy a shot at the other one. So I'll go with. I know what I'll do. My pick is Fast RMX Racing.
that looks like a good game. What system is that on?
It's on a new system that just came.
It's on the
out.
Wii U.
Oh, no, it's not. Fast Racing Neo is on the Wii U, and I have that also. This is like a remix, RMX version of that. And it's really cool. It's really fun. And seems like it'll be really, really fun to play with online with friends who also have this game or are going to get it soon on whatever system it's actually on, which I don't know what that might be.
Okay, very cool. That sounds very interesting. Picky Old Gamer, do you have a pick or pan for the week?
It's that Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Awesome.
I've sit there and
You're panning it?
yeah, I'm panning it. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I voted
Is it? Are you referring to the taste of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild?
I'm not a Cyrus Martin taste tester. We don't do that.
I didn't have Breath of the Wild till after I tasted it.
My breath was wild. But to be honest, I kept saying I knew it's going to be good after things came out, and I started playing it. I'm thinking, I could climb this wall, I could climb this tower, I could go over here. I need to go over here. Oh crap, I froze to death. Oh, I'll do this. And the game doesn't hold your hand to where I can't spoil things, but I had to go find this, to make this, to go here, to go into the snow area to come back. And I was like, it took me 2 hours to figure all that crap out by myself. And I kept dying, and it's just a game that is just fun. And I don't know how long it's going to take me to beat it. And they got DLC coming. I'm not even thinking about buying a DLC. It's a fabulous game. And it's on 2 systems. So wherever system you get it for, you're going to have fun.
Nice. Rudy, do you have a pick or pan for the week?
I'm actually going to go off the beaten path with my pick. It's an audiobook.
Well,
Star
now I
Wars
want to take my pick back.
I was going to say, they basically alley-ooped this up to you, dude.
It was a softball.
They hit the whole switch. They hit the whole thing. I mean,
No one fucking said switch.
It's all too much of the same. It's amazing anyhow. But no, I'm going with an audiobook.
Okay.
Star Wars Aftermath.
Aftermath or the sequel to it?
It is. Well, it's the third. It's Aftermath, Empire's End.
Okay.
It
I
is
haven't
so
read
good.
that one. I've read Aftermath. I haven't read Empire's End though.
Well, Aftermath is there's 3 to the trilogy, and this is the last one, Empire's End.
Okay.
Is it canon though?
Actually, yes.
Canon.
Is it animated?
canon.
Is it animated?
Is what?
Is it animated?
I can't wait. I hope some of the characters show up. Oh,
Is it animated canon?
that too.
I don't know.
No, it's really good.
Tell Cyrus what you told me last night about Thrawn.
Oh, so Timothy Zahn is coming back into the canon, and he is rewriting Thrawn, as Thrawn has already come back into the canon, to the Star Wars Rebels, and so it's going to be a single novel, Thrawn. They released a quick excerpt from it the other day, and the only bit of the excerpt was basically it was like Thrawn was having an early conversation with the Emperor, and basically just like toot his own horn, and he reveals to the Emperor that he says it's something like that I know who your servant is, and the Emperor's like, servant, which one? He's like, Anakin Skywalker. He's like, oh shit. So anyhow, it's gonna
So they're moving him in the timeline, but Thrawn will become part of official canon.
Yeah, well, he's already there, from the Rebel series, but now we're going to get the backstory on him. I mean, if you haven't watched Rebels, you need to watch Rebels. But in order to understand Rebels, you have to have gone through and watched the Clone Wars. Have to.
No, you don't. I've watched quite a bit of Rebels. I didn't watch the Clone Wars, and I'm okay.
No. You're not okay. That's the thing. You don't get the depth yet. Trust me. There's so much you're missing if you don't. There's a lot you're missing. I'm
just excited to read another Timothy Zahn book where he's talking about Thrawn, because, man, those were good books.
Is it like when you say I got to watch the Clone Wars? Is it also the hand-drawn ones also, or does that not count too? I don't know how this works.
They're so closely related, but the late seasons of Clone Wars, when they really get into like the Mandalorians, you really got to pay attention to that stuff, because that stuff it bleeds over into Rebels so much, and there's so much in right now. Rebels is just it's like, damn it, any episode could go straight into Rogue One. I mean, it's really that close. Like tonight, like the episode that came on tonight that I didn't watch, I'll have downloaded tomorrow, is going to be the first episode that we get to see Mon Mothma in Rebels.
But do they have giant scorpions?
There are no giant scorpions so far. Yeah,
there's the tie-in.
Yeah,
Lewis, you got a pick or pan for the week?
The pick is going to be a YouTube channel called Gaming Historian. I stumbled across his channel and basically binge watched like a lot of his movies, since I have so much time to watch these instead of playing a Switch.
Wow.
So for those of you that don't have a Switch yet or can't get one yet, you can draw your sorrows in watching some How Far We've Come videos. So one of which is latest episodes is about a Panasonic Q, which is a licensed GameCube with a built-in DVD player, and he goes into in-depth about how that came about. So
I'm looking at it right now.
Gaming Historian, good stuff on there. He goes in depth, and it's really good.
I think one of his best episodes to me was, everybody remember the Tengen black weird ass cartridges on the NES?
Yeah. Oh yes.
He explains why that happened. It's like 20 or 30 minutes. I'm just sitting there going,
yeah, oh it's like broadcast TV quality stuff.
Okay, don't say anything. Like literally, I'm gonna have to go watch that.
I watched his panel at the thing that I went to in Arlington. What was that thing? Retropalooza. Yeah. He was at Retropalooza, and I watched his panel there. He's fun. Sometimes I think in person he's not that personable, but he does really great videos.
Another one I liked was he did a whole Nintendo versus the video game rental industry.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good.
I didn't know some of that happened. It was awesome with how much research he puts into it.
Man, yeah, I went ahead and hit subscribe because I can already tell this is going to be some
and
shit.
His Power Glove episode was epic. It was really good. He went almost a full half hour into that one.
Yeah, I didn't know that stuff where it came from. I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome.
Well, I know what I'll be doing this week whenever I'm sanding stuff. So
I always thought that the Switch was the third generation of motion control. Technically, it's the fourth. Power Glove is the first, and he goes into all of that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Yeah, like I said, I just hit subscribe on that. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for the week. If you would, please give us a 5-star review on iTunes. Definitely helps out. Also, if you have an account on Stitcher or Google Play, wherever you listen to the show, go over there, give us a review. It does help out a lot. It gets our name out there. It puts us further up in their search engine so more people can find the show. We're really starting to push our YouTube channel, especially now that Cyrus and Picky Old Gamer are putting some really good content up on there. So if you haven't done that yet, head over to YouTube, look up Epically Geeky, and give us a subscribe so you can get, check out all the shows and everything that's coming up. We do have some other shows on the network. We have the Marginally Geeky Show. We just dropped the new episode of that where we talked about Carrie Fisher's book, The Princess Diarist. Was not what I was expecting it to be, and there's she just flat out tells a bunch of stuff. You're like, I cannot believe she got it out there. But in retrospect, you're really glad that she said it, especially considering she just passed away. And she even said that the only reason she really wrote the book was she's like, it's going to come out and I want to say it in my words. And you have to respect that. Of course, we have Epic Rhythm and Brews. We just dropped a new episode of that as well. Game Rambling just moved over. Actually, tomorrow will be the first live episode from the Epically Geeky YouTube channel. So, right. Cyrus?
It is? No, yeah, it is.
You're killing me, dude.
Sundays at 5 p.m. Game Rambling here at epicallygeeky.com.
There you go.
And I keep him saying because he's a drunk son of a bitch.
He's like, yeah, pretty much. And as you can see, we accomplished doing video this time, so we're gonna keep doing that and hopefully move to a live format, so maybe you can start joining us for the actual episodes when we record them. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not as in depth about that as Cyrus and Picky Old Gaming are. They kind of have that nailed down. So with that said, where can we find you online, Cyrus Martin?
Pretty much now just epicallygeeky.com. That's I've moved over, and that's pretty much the best place to find me. You'll see all the appropriate links and everything else. So that's pretty much it. In fact, you don't really need to ask me that anymore.
I don't think you ask any of us that. The only one that has a separate channel is basically Picky Old Gamer.
He sleeps outside Eugene's house.
Well, speaking of him, Picky Old Gamer, where can we find you on the internet?
I'm on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Of course, everything now is on. Most of my stuff is also I put on epicgeeky.com, and I'm also on 8bitkitty.com and skirmishfrogs.com. Skirmish Frogs is a big retro site. Take a look at it. Everything they do is retro. So when I do something retro, it also goes there.
Nice. Lewis, where can we find you online?
epicallygeeky.com. That's pretty much it.
You don't want to post your Twitter feed?
Nah, it's all locked.
You really should though, because you post a lot of stuff like just like movie or game stuff or whatever. So, but that's up to you. So
if it's funny, I'll share it.
Yeah. Rudy, where can we find you online?
StevensB29. Just look for it. You'll find me all over the place.
Hey Rudy, do you know of a good product that people could buy that might help them with reach their fitness goals?
Well, you could find Advocare. We build champions, and all you have to do is look for Brian Stevens, independent distributor number 1507 5557.
You need to help with.
Or you could look up advoctx.com. That is advoctx.com.
Hey Eugene, you need some help with your Russian torture?
No, I'm tortured enough as is right now. So, and then of course you can find my
PEDs, man. Get them games.
But I would like to find out more about these excellent products.
Well, we can discuss that after the show.
Hey Rudy, you got steroids?
No steroids, but I got aminos, and I'll mail them to you.
You can find my individual wacky adventure online at Optimus Gene on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For everyone on the site, have a good night.